What is up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the Weekly Close. I'm excited. We got about 10 seconds to get started. Granted, so it's like delay, but hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. We had a great weekend, got a lot of chores done. Had a good Valentine's Day. We went to church today. Kids playing some video games now. We've got a clean house. I'm ready to get the week started. I got a new truck and a new route, which I'm going to try out tomorrow. I know this new truck I have is going to be a pain in the butt to use, but you got to do what you got to do and get used to it. So yeah, we'll see where I'm at Monday. It's brand new, so I've never really been in that area. I know that they were reducing some of the areas down in the north side of things. So we shall see, man. But I'm excited to be here. Yeah. I wonder what Bitcoin's going to do. Guess we're just going to have to dive right in.
In crypto, speed matters, but trust matters more. At Caleb & Brown, you're never on your own. We connect you with your own personal broker and a 24/7 team, ready to help you buy, sell, or swap over 250 digital assets with one flat, transparent fee. No spreads, no slippage, no hidden costs. Get the best market prices through deep, aggregated liquidity executed by our professional trading desk. Your funds are secured with institutional-grade cold storage for total peace of mind. Track every move in real time with our intuitive client portal, anywhere, anytime. Whether you're trading as an individual, trust, or business, we give you speed, security, and peace of mind. Thousands of clients in over 100 countries already trust Caleb & Brown. Visit calebandbrown.com and start your personalized crypto journey today.
Disclaimer! No financial advice! We're not liable for any personal financial decisions. This show was created for entertainment purposes only, so thank you everybody for coming on in and tuning in with us. Let's begin. Welcome in everybody to another episode of Blockchain Brew Show. I'm your host today. Please smash that golden like button, guys. Get that like button up in the crowd, guys. Get that like going. We also have the subscribe bell. Your ring-a-ding-ding and your ring-a-ding-ding. And with that subscribe bell, you can find us over there on YouTube, man. Kick and Rumble, we're over here growing all natural. It's the best way to do it. And we got Kick over here. I mean, not Kick, X over there. And they're also boosting us in that algorithm every single day. So thank you, everybody, coming on in. We appreciate every single one of you being here. You're part of the family. And we just grow, man. We just do it. Do it every single day. I have... Today I posted in the Discord if you guys didn't see it. I pre-poured it. It's a Scotch whiskey, and I smoked that sucker, man. There it is. Look at that. Look at that smoke in there. Let's just kind of release it, let it all come out. Look at that. Ooh, that is fine, man. Look at that smoke. Tell me that does not look good, right? Ooh, that's spicy. Thank you, everybody, for being part of the most hydrated crypto community out on the interwebs. Let's get into the charts. I gotta add myself to stage, share screen. There we go. Click this button, click that button, click shared. Okay, I see it now. I can add it. Awesome. Yasmin, what's up? John, we have a scam over there on Kick. I gotta remove their comment. Oh, it auto deleted. Perfect. I like that. That is sweet. It auto deleted. Man, Kick's kind of cool. I didn't know they did that. All right, cool. Let's head on over to Bitcoin. We'll work our way to Jasmine just because we have to work Bitcoin in because it's the week, right? Well, let's see here. Well, shall we see? We got a high, a low. lower high, rejection off the 50 on the 15-minute. The VWAP has curvature coming in, strength coming in. Green momentum's trying to come on in. Oh, I should take it back. Money flow volume, the green line is curving up. The momentum's coming down, but there's a slight little bend in there. We might get a rally back up to the 50, but we have to be really careful right now because it's the weekend. I wonder if we get the 2-week close today. Wow, look at that bizarro candle right there in the last hour. Interesting. Money flow has been coming down. VWAP still looks like it's coming down. It looks like I might reject off the 200 weekly average. Momentum's still coming in though, so it hasn't fully given up on it. We did wick down, bounced off the 100, came back up to the 200. That's a real problem right there. Oh, we got that. That is a scammer account. Got over there. That one did not autocomplete, but I got it. I got you. Strength Stokes on the 1 hour. You know, I would feel bearish just looking at the 1 hour. You know, we could pump. But the fact we had this rising wedge, you could clearly see this rising wedge right here. Draw the line. You got a higher high, right? You got 3 higher highs. You know, kind of doing this trend line right here. It was respecting this low, respected this low. You would think if we were continuing this wedge, it should have bounced off, and we should have broke out. And it clearly didn't break. It broke down, smashed down, right? So now we have a lower low, beats all the other lows. Where we're trying to rally up. The likelihood of it coming back up and remaining bullish, we have to hit 71,000 just to remain bullish. It's going to be kind of challenging in the last hour, especially money flow kind of coming against us. The 4 hour on Bitcoin, the momentum's coming down. You could argue this is a double top. We could also argue it's a lower high too, to our current trend pattern. I would argue that this isn't really part of it. I think that we're kind of in a different type of trend right now. We're kind of doing something like this. I mean, you could try to pull that line over to make it make sense. It would have to make sense off a wick, it looks like to me, off that wick. It's the only way that would make sense. I don't really like that. You could argue this is a bilateral flag triangle. What the heck? You can make a inverted flag pattern. It's kind of hard to delete this. It's kind of hard, guys, right? That's what she said. Oh, dude, I forgot to do that on the. Oh, it's okay. I'll change it later. Hey, what's up? I see you over there on Kick. Hey, you're not the scammer, man. We finally got somebody real over there. You know, this inverted flag plays out. You know, we could be dropping down, seeing that low of 55,000, man. That would be pretty brutal. That would be pretty brutal drop on the 4 hour. 6 hour, we're trying to see. 6 hour also shows momentum. Strong signal saying more downwards action is actually coming with the red dot on the momentum wave. I don't know if you guys can really see that or not. It's kind of an interesting location because it's like on the green wave right there. We got that little red dot. VWAP coming down, not very good. Momentum coming down. Stokes are in the green, which means there's high volume, but the high volume is more selling action versus money coming in. Strength has a little bit of reversal. Money flow did increase, but it doesn't necessarily mean we bottomed, you know, or not bottomed, but we topped. We coming over the 12 hour. Let's take a look at the 12 hour. We still got that inverted flag pattern. We kind of come in on it, and I kind of bend it out. I don't really like this location. I don't think it would drop straight down. I think it would be more something like that. Something slower, more steady at 58K still. It's not looking good. VWAP coming down. Strokes RSI trying to angle down. Strength kind of coming down. You have to be kind of worrisome. Yeah, I've been watching the show and the dumps. Ha 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 ha. Dude, dumps are real, bro. I mean, just like we said, man, short the green and you'd be fine. Short the green, which is a sad thing to say, but we're clearly in a downtrend. The daily momentum still wants to come on in, but man, dude, I kind of like the theory of project 7 candles out, you know, when we get the double green dot and see where we're at. There's your double green dot. We have 7 candles back, and we slightly break even, possibly even more downside. Like it's been bloody, man. Let's just not gonna lie. The 2-day, it wants to get that reversal in double green dot momentum. Still trying. It's still trying. It hasn't given up, but man, that 4 hour looking pretty nasty. 3-day, we got the double green dot now. It wants to say it bottomed. You know, when we look back to the previous cycle, we did get like 1 or 2 rallies, and then it immediately dumped. I think we got 1 candle before it dumped back in 2021. 5-day, we got that last night. Actually, we got that today. No, last night. We're barely holding. We're breaking even right now on the 200. That's not a good signal. You know, we got to get above the 200 to remain bullish. We swing on over to the weekly. We got 4 minutes left till we get the weekly close. We have been respecting that 200, which is a good sign. But I'm projecting 6 weeks out that we might see 48K area, which would be terrible to say. That would be a terrible thing to say. We do got the 2 week close today. Nice. $3.5 minutes. This is kind of interesting. So we look at the data on the 2 week, right? We kind of get the bottom out over here on the last bear market. Oh, we're at an average of 671,000. So we know when it gets some red. It's probably going to come down here. And, it might be like right here. Not super crazy amount. DCA, hey, what's up, DCA? What's up, yo? Doing the dishes while I'm listening. Oh, I got great news, guys. Guess what? Randomly, we got an email. We got the EIN number. So good news is we got the merch stores going to be coming out, and all the memberships and everything can continue with YouTube. You know, we could get the super chats again and all that stuff. But man, what a pain in the butt that was, dude. So we'll probably have that done, I figure, this week. Trent's not going to be here tomorrow also because he's on his anniversary. They're going on 9 years. 9 years. This is ironic enough, too. We'll be going on our 9-year anniversary also this year. So it's going to be good, man. What's up, yo? We're doing the dishes, man. Dude, dishes and laundry never end, bro. They never end. So we're looking back 2 weeks on the bottom. We're not looking back 2 weeks. We're looking back in 2021 on the 2 week time frame. Okay, so we got the momentum. We had the double green dot on the 2 week to mark the bottom, and then we got a little bit of a fake out, and then a green dot. And that month, that was it. That was the bottom. Actually, wait, am I looking at the wrong time frame? Oh yeah, this is December 2022. So when we're looking at our 2 week time frame, this is why I don't think we bought it. The money flow is still clearly coming down. Clearly, okay. We kind of went a little bit in the red right here. I think it hit like a -1 back in December 2022, and that was the bottom, right? In that sweet spot when Bitcoin hit 16,000, 15.5 zone. But the money flow was at the zero line. We're right now, we're currently at 14, so we still have some more to go. I can't see it. I can't see any other way around it of us at least trading sideways, and we might get those nasty wicks down too. And we look at the momentum, open doors to the downside. VWAP still coming down. Stokes, RSI, everything is showing us that we have more downwards price action. We go to the monthly time frame. We don't have monthly is still 2 weeks out, but everything shows more curvature to the downside. I mean, the VWAP shows down, money flow, the volume's coming down, momentum's coming down. Stokes RSI coming down. The 3 month, I think we get the 3 month next month, March, I believe. End of March, maybe it's April. We have a week and a month. We have 6 weeks left. That'll be the end of next month. Okay, so yeah, next month. That'll be a really interesting one to get because right now, I mean, bearish divvy, momentum hard to the downside, momentum VWAP hard to the downside. When is this bottom at? This shows a bottom on the double green dots or a single green dot back in October 2023. But that was it. About 6 months prior before we actually bottom. So, you know, I think we have a little bit more, man. The momentum needs to come down. Needs to at least come down to 50. This right here is 54. I would like to see at 54, and we're currently at 68. So, you know, we might get our bottom in the next 3 months, but it's not. I don't think it's here yet. I really don't. I'm just trying to be honest with you guys, give me real answers. Sweet, man. Here it comes, baby. 10 seconds, and we're still going to go over Jasmine for you, John. It's still on the agenda. All right, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. And I got the candle printing. Oh, nice. We got the data quick. I do kind of like that data, though. I ain't going to lie, man. I ain't going to lie. That red candle does not make me scream super bearishness. Now, granted, we could get we could hit our 77K, man. Maybe this is the week that we get a rally. It's possible we get down the weekly. Now we kind of still have the VWAP is actually looking the strongest signal right now is the VWAP. It is coming up. I ain't gonna lie, it is coming up. Strength's still coming down though. Stokes are still coming down, but not super bad. Not super bad. Now if you look at the momentum, this light blue to dark blue on the momentum waves, I would like to see have a nice more bend to it so we could get that curvature going. Right now, it's kind of like it could slide down. Like it hasn't fully committed to a reversal. Kind of like back over here, we have this green dot. We kind of got the commitment to the reversal before we actually got our green dot. I prefer to get the green dot first. When we come on over and look at the 2-week data, which you also got. I don't want to see here, guys. I got to think here for a second. You know, we're at the average prices right now, 68,755. Yeah, we got the average price back to where it needs to be, where it's accurate. The VWAP has some curvature to the upside. Still, that's the best thing that we've seen. Look at the strength in Stokes. There's no sign that the bottom is in. So, which means we still have several weeks of this down here where we're currently at. We're a couple weeks down here at least. It's not gonna instantly shoot all the way up. That's just not how it works. It's never how it works. You know, even right here, when you get almost a straight vertical line. I mean, this lasts from September 24th to December 24th, and that's like the fastest it's ever shot up. So, and that still is a 2 months. So down here, minimum 2 months before we can even start thinking about if the bottom is in. That's how I see it. Take that as you will. Did we get any other data? 2-day. Did get the 2-day today. Oh, interesting. Let's stick with the 2-day. We had a little bit of rally week prior with that single green dot, dude. I'm just not quite feeling it yet. It still shows that if we rally right now, we could hit a lower high, so 81,000. That's still in the cards for us, but the 21 is going to keep coming down, man. I don't think 81,000 it's in the cards. I mean, it is in the cards. Do I think we're going to hit that card? We're going to draw playing goldfish? I don't think so. Momentum on the daily, dude. Look at, and this is concerning to me, right? So you got the 2-day that looks, we could do it, right? Well, now look how much momentum we've got. This double green dot right here. We went from a negative 90. Okay, that's terribly oversold on Bitcoin, terribly. And we come up to a negative 44, which is a 50-point move. And you go, okay, that sounds pretty good. That's a big momentum wave, like chunked, or the bearish wave chunked, you know? Well, how much? What has it given us? Okay, it gave us. We went from 60,000 to 68, and we gave up a 50-point move out of. Gosh, I have a negative 110 to a positive 110 being the best case scenario, which I don't think it ever has hit 110 positive ever in Bitcoin's history, and no way. I don't think it's ever seen it negative 110. I think we've given up a lot to have little show for it. You know, most of that being on a wick too. So I don't know, man. I'd be a little nervous right now, to be honest with you. I'm a little nervous for the whole market. We had the daily close today. The daily we were just looking at. Stokes are red, curvature, strength coming down, VWAP coming down, money flow increase with a little bit of momentum. I don't know, man. You know, it's like kind of like one of those things that you like to long when you're like, you feel good about it, right? I don't feel good about this. I mean, if you look at this and say this is an inverted, you know, flag symbol we got going on right here. This is kind of how I see it. Inverted flag, price target. I still think we have one more leg coming down, guys. And that one more leg just on that flag right now in the 12-hour showing 47K. 47K, 48K. That's just how I see it, man. I think there's a fake out coming, man. I think a lot of people are going to try to long this fake out rally we're going to have, and it's not going to come. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, I wouldn't mind being wrong. Even if we could get to 77, even if we get to 81, it's still a lower high like we showed. I think we have one more leg down. I have this feeling, man. When I called the top before I did YouTube, when Bitcoin hit 15,500, I told my wife, that's the bottom. Buy it. Put the house on. And we put a lot of money into Bitcoin back then. I had this feeling. I held out then. I held out now. I remember sitting there looking at Bitcoin when it was 20,000 or 22,000. And I was like, is this the bottom? Is this bottom? Like, I just have this feeling there was one more down it. One more. And I still have that feeling to this day. Alan Matthew, what's up, dog? Check out March 2021 high 54K. I can't help but feel that there's a retest of that high. 54K, dude. Well, let's take a look. You said March 2021 for the weekly. Alan Matthew. I don't know if you are Maybe you are, because YouTube did a weird glitch and changed everybody's name on everybody. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please. YouTube's a hard grind, and appreciate you. If you're not, hey, cheers. Most hydrated community out there. Nice. Nice and smooth. March 2021, you said? That days off wander, man. April. Is this it? June, May, March. Oh, you think we're going to have a clip dive? May, April. You think there's a little bit left to give? I don't know if we're right here in the cycle, though. We went up to high of 58,000 with low at 50K that week. You said there's no particular week in March you're talking about? So the 23rd. High of 61, low of 48K. Well, that's pretty interesting. The fact that we had a low of 48K back in 2021, and we just charted 47K. You know that? Yeah, you might be right there. That could be it. If we hit, technically, this is the high of March, 61K to a low of 48K. That was the best candle we had. Now, if he's calling that, let's see here. I'm gonna put Alt H on there. Alt H right here. There we got a yellow line. Let's scroll over and take a peek. See, dude, that's a solid number, man. I mean, that's the 200 moving average on the weekly time frame. We came down pretty close. We hit 60, 59K. I remember that day, 59,930. So, I mean, that's very, very likely that we can come back and revisit that. And if you also look, it's still respecting this little trend pattern right here, this little drop of joy on our radar that everybody seems to chart. And I mean, we can go as low as that wick to that 50 at 50K, and well, we already went below that. And the best case scenario at 73, which I was like, nah, dude, we ain't gonna stay at 73. It's not gonna happen. Whatever the bottom is, I'll find it on a buy it. You know it, dog. You know it, man. The bottom's not in, man. It's not. You know, I'll eat my hat if I'm wrong. I actually want to eat my hat because it's probably not good for you. But man, I don't think it is. I think we might get a rally to 77. Like, I still think that's in the cards. But if this plays out right here, this 2 week time, 12 hour, 4 hour, we have it on the 4 hour. We have it on the 12 hour. You know, time frame. It is showing a possible fake out. You know, we could retest 50 before we get that. But if we don't, man, 46K is on the table for us, and that could be a bottom. That could be a real bottom. And if we get down to 12 hours, my biggest concern is that came a little early. That would come a little early. Let's go look at dude, that 42K, dude, that does look like a sweet spot right here. Going back to last cycle. Where'd the candles go? Shoot. Man, come on, get a good time on that. I mean, that could be a real bottom. That could be nasty. But if you measure move from this cycle, boom, we get that double top. Compared to here to here, we had 1, 2, 3 legs. Let's say 3 legs up. Being best case scenario, so you give it back 1, 2. We just gave it all back. There's you go see where we're at. We say we start right here. We go 1 leg, 2 leg. 3 leg, you go 1 leg down, 2 leg down. I mean, that 40, dude, that is probably the likely of the bottom, man. You want my opinion? That 42K to 48K is probably going to be the bottom. That just seems like a sweet spot. Even like you saying, everyone's preaching 50K in every news channel and in every YouTube channel. My bet we won't go down to 50s. If we do, well, thanks. I hope not, man. I hope not. I hope we don't go down. But history. Look at this. So if you look at the money flow, here's a previous bottom. We had negative 33. Here's our previous bottom on the weekly time frame, negative 37, and our currently where we're at is only a negative on the money outflow, a negative 6. -6. Ow, frick, hit my funny bone. Oh, dang funny bone, man. Oh, shot me through the arm. Sergio, what's up, bro? How you doing? High time frame. H and S will develop. So what's H and S? H and S. I feel like I know this answer, but it's escaping me. H and S will develop. So we'll get relief rally to finish right shoulder, and then real accumulation pain will occur over crystal ball. Dude, that's what I'm thinking, man. That's what I'm thinking. You know what else I'm thinking is when Bitcoin bottoms, last cycle, altcoins didn't bottom for like a whole nother year. Because I know that for experience. Because that sucker sucked, man. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. When did Bitcoin bottom? Let's look right now. Bitcoin bottomed at December 2022. What's like a total 3? Because I remember like being like I could have been in the market a year after it bottomed and could have bought lower. I mean, December 22. I mean, look at it. If that even was some of the altcoins, you could bottom right here, and you still had till October for the next year of a grind out, man. A grind out. Head and shoulders. Oh, thank you, Sergio. Thank you for filling it in. Yeah, dude. The total 3. That's where we're at right now, dude. Total 3 could come back down, dude. That 200 moving average is down here at 442 billion. I mean, we could drop another 300 billion. That would be brutal for altcoins. That would be absolutely nasty. Last cycle, we hit a negative money outflow of 24, and we're currently at positive 9 right now. We haven't even gotten there, dude. There's just no way that this is the bottom. This is just not, man. At least not for the altcoins, dude. We're below the 50 moving average. If I had to guess, like the bottom for the best case scenario, I would say this little thin orange line, the 100-day moving average, will kind of come in around 550 billion, 580 billion. Right, so we still have another third of altcoin money to be shredded. It's just not, it's not there. And I think a lot of people want the bull market to be on still, and that's why people are holding out a lot of hope. You think we have the shoulder, head, we come back up, rally, making a shoulder? I don't know. Oh no, man! I felt like this was the shoulder, head, and shoulder playing out, but if we come back up, we rally. Oh, we maybe can make an inverted one. What? Brush. Right, there's your shoulder. Come back down. We rally. Create a double top. We come back down. Well, that's all right. Where's the? I gotta restart that. Erase that son of a biscuit. Just erased all my freaking indicators. You are a sucker. Oh wait, how do I reverse this? I remember this. There was an arrow up over here. That's how I did it. Oh, there we go. I want my indicators back. I want to go like this. There we go. Shoulder, head, shoulder. You know, that would be best case scenario. Okay, that's best case scenario. That's aiming for August. I just don't think that's our rally. That's our move. Another 30% dump is not much to hold on, and not bad to get more buys in. Dude, 100%, man. DCA, this is what MicroStrategy does over there on CoinGlass, which we're going to come over there right now. Where is it at? Bitcoin Treasury. No, here's MicroStrategy. Strategy buys. If you guys look at his dates, he buys Bitcoin. He's going to buy more Bitcoin tomorrow. Like, mark my words. He buys it every 7 days. There's the 8th. We'll get more tomorrow. He had some the 1st. The week before that was the 25th. The week before that was the 19th. The week before that was the 11th. The week before that was the 4th. You see him winding backwards. He buys them almost on a weekly basis. I guess it might be 8 day. This one was this was 2 days apart. No, wait. Yeah, 2 days apart. That was 14. That was a week apart. That was he buys them almost weekly basis. It's like weekly, 2 week, weekly, 2 week, 2 week, weekly, 2 day. So I think he was gonna buy it. I'll buy some more tomorrow, and it's gonna drop because or maybe it's gonna rally because he always buys the tops, the local tops. Let's check out. What do we have? Liquidation levels, I guess. Let's take a look at the liquidation levels. Oh, you know what though? I wanted to look at the Bitcoin data returns. Then we'll head over to the liquidation levels. Okay, so right now we're 10, negative 12, which isn't too bad because we used to be a negative 17 earlier this week. Oh, that was spicy. 10, 12. I still think we're kind of playing this out right here. There's your negative 10%. We were at negative 17. I think, man, this is right where we're at. We just kind of have to rewind it. So we're going to get 2 bad months and then a rally. A real rally. March, April, May, get a really good rally. Can lead into summer, make people think it's on again. Bad June. June, July, good. June, July, good August. Something like that. Jazz me, lol. I'm coming. I'm looping around. This is still all Bitcoin. This is good stuff. I'll do it. I'll do Jasmine after the liquidation levels, John. I'll go quick on this too. I promise. Oh my gosh. I guess I can't. I have to log in again. Let me just log in like this. We're coming over here, guys. Look at the chart for a second. I gotta log in. So dumb. Okay. We're back. I just don't want you guys to see my emails. All my emails. You guys would still spy on me all the time. There's not a lot of liquidity in the market, man. Make sure I didn't turn off the mic. There's not a lot of liquidity in there. There's a little bit below us at 67. Not a whole lot above us. It's really kind of like what's going to get us up to 77, right? Like we have to have a short squeeze, and there's no. It doesn't look like we're going to get that. A little bit of liquidity at like 71. And you look at the 2-week time frame, you do get some liquidity that can get us up to 80. But man, get up to like 70 is not easy, dude. There's nothing to squeeze, man. All right, let's go jump into Jasmine now. We'll jump into Jasmine. We'll take a look at it on an expanded time frame. An expanded exponential time frame. Ooh, I stopped right on it. It's meant to be. Jasmine was meant to be, John. Oh, I cracked my neck. I hope you're having a wonderful week, John. Is it snowing there in Canada? Canada. Two-week time frame, John. We did get a green dot, which is really good. And those red dots on the momentum and the below the zero line are generally fake outs. So it does look a little bit bullish. The money flow, it's kind of bizarre because it's like gradually going down, but it's been trading pretty well sideways. And we get in that double green dot again on the 2-week. Or possible move to the upside. VWAP flip bullish. The Stokes aren't in the green. Like, click back over here when we had the best runs, we were in the green. Now we're in the red. Money is down, outflowing. We're probably closer to a bottom if I had to guess. Weekly time frame, money outflows thick, bro. It is thick, like a fat cake. Driving out its clear. Well, that's good. Look up APT, Francisco Santos. Okay, I'll look up Aptos. Francisco, I talked to Trent today. He's working on messaging you. I guess he's like on his anniversary, but he talked to the lady and she said that everybody did get their deposit. And I said, well, something else could be going on. Like, Lily hit up his information so we can pull up his account and actually view it. Like, maybe it's not a coupon, maybe it's not the deposit, maybe it's the coupon, or maybe it's something else. I have no idea. So we're going to look into it for you. Trent's going to reach out to you. I would expect Tuesday. I would expect Tuesday. If not, I'll look into it myself. I'll look into my Discord. I hang Ben on there for a bit. No, he hasn't reached out to you yet. I know because I talked to him today. So you don't need to look. Unless you want to post a picture of your doggo, if you have a doggo. Back into the weekly. Double green dots. I think it could be a rally in here, John. The money outflow is really thick, so you are fighting that. But there are signs of there's some bullishness in this coin right now. Like on the 5-day, looks pretty good. The weekly, we got money flow turned to green. The volume, the volume of dollars generated. VWAP is breaking up Stokes. RSI is doing pretty good. We are getting a slight swing up to a maybe possible anchored little trigger wave coming on in here. The blue waves want to flip over themselves, but the money flow is out very thick. So if this is the bottom, we could start getting that gradual move up, which means it's not obviously not going to be like a perfect. There's going to be ups and downs as we kind of have the volume coming in. You know, Jasmine's going to be, it could be doing this, you know, up and down. Like it's going with it, but it's not to the T. On the daily 5-day time frame, it's just showing the same thing the weekly saying. We're just going to shrink it down to the daily. Daily money flow has been coming in, but they are getting that little bit of bend. So if we do get that rally, it's not going to come probably the next couple of days. We are getting rejection right now off the 20. We've got a couple of rejections actually off the 21. You can even say this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles, 6 days rejection off the 21. If this is a lower high, we would expect to break down lower. It does look like we're getting a trigger wave in here, especially with the VWAP coming down to the downside. So, you know, I would say 5.5 on the table later this week. It looks like the 12 hours are also shining on that as well. VWAP breaking down, money flows thick, but it has definitely moved in 50%. But the momentum's coming down, strength's coming down. The rejection now on the 12-hour versus the daily is off the 50. But we haven't broken below the 21. But I hate being stuck in between the 50 and the 21 because it's so emotional roller coaster. We're expanding down to the 4-hour. I do think we're probably breaking down, John. We might hit 6.1 before we come back down to 5.5, 5.4. Get a lower high. And look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour is definitely showing that it's a stronger possibility. Momentum coming in on the 1 hour. VWAP looking good. Stokes RSI strength, VWAP money flow, momentum. All of it's confirmed. Like it's bullish. Short term. (15-minute) money flow is like jumping through the roof right now. Jasmine is pumping right now on the 15-minute. In this last hour, to be honest with you, it's probably not done. It's probably gonna keep moving. Like I said, I can see back up to 0.006 before we maybe reject off the 200, and then we come back down. And we'll have to see. What's up, JJ? You want to jump in here and say hey, or you gotta do your own stream? That's what you gotta do. You gotta do your own stream. How you doing, brother? How's your weekend? You still using the OBS? You gotta get the StreamYard, man, so we can do this thing. Do it. Smash the like or suffer forever downside, LOL. Guys, if you haven't already, JJ's Cryptic Corner, he does YouTube, crypto, and all sorts of things that are fun and commoditative, and he's a hoot and a holly to be part of. Guys, go over there, smash his like, and subscribe to JJ's Cryptic Corner, because he is a gentleman and a steward of a friend. So thank you guys. Where was I at? Where's JJ at? Send me a link. Oh, I'll send you a link right now, JJ. This would be great. Trent's on his anniversary. I'm making coffee. I'll hop on when I'm done if you're down. Yes, dude, do it. I'm sending you a link right now. It's been a minute too. Boop, 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 boop. All right, I sent you the link. Bam, bam, chicka chow chow. All right, guys, let's get back into it. Let's look at we've done Josh. Let's check out the biggest gainers and losers at CoinGlass. Share tab instead. Gainers and losers. What else should we chart today? And the crypticness. OG, dude. Check out OG, man. We were talking about shorting it. Yes, we were. Day before yesterday. Down 34%, y'all. If you listen to us when we were talking about shorting that, you would have made some gains, just even on spot. I hope you're drinking coffee black, JJ. Clo, we talked about shorting Clo multiple times, down 20%. Let's get it, guys. Brew Crew has been rocking them calls. River, we did talk about River short. Moondang, we did talk a little bit about Moondang. I think that was 2 or 3 days ago. It is down. I don't know if it's down below where we talked about it. I had yesterday off, guys. It was Valentine's Day, so me and my wife, we actually watched UFC and drank. We ain't gonna lie. That's what we did. We had buzz balls. We watched UFC. It was a great time. What's up, Flat Smack? Flat. There's somebody in here that has a pretty similar name. He's Flat. There's Flat Smack. And there's a Flat something or other. Another gentleman over here. I keep forgetting. Which one of you guys have the book? Is that you, Flat Smack, or is that the other Flat? I think it's totally ironic that there's two of you guys that have pretty similar names. Who have we got going up for the biggest winners, man? Biggest winners? What is Helium? Helium's in here? Molt. I keep seeing Molt pop up. Is this like an NFT project? Molt up 70%. Holy crap. Aloe, Copper in you. Elizo's, Kite. We were talking about possibly shorting Kite. There was a scalp short that turned out pretty good. See, Waves up. It's only at 5%, dude. Yeah, it's definitely down day today. It's not an up day. Luna's in top gainers with 3%. Let's go, Luna, man. If anybody remembers that, it's the real one, formerly known as E-War 99. It's the real one. Okay, good. You are the real one. But you don't have the book, though. I know he was hitting us up about the book. Dude, isn't that weird? Like, why YouTube changed everybody's name drives me nuts. Luna 2. That's just Luna again. All right, let's take a look at... I want to take a look at Kite. I want to see if it's topped. And then we'll take a look and see if anything else is going to continue dumping that we were talking about. All right. I'm throwing you guys back on the screen. Boom. We're going to take a look at Kite. Francisco, that was you that was talking about Kite, right? Did you end up closing your short out on it and just flip along? There's a lot of volume on it right now. Where are you at, Kite? Sneaky son of a gun. No. 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 Here you are. He was sneaking in there. YouTube will do what it wants, and there is no darn thing anyone can do about it. Dude, that is facts, D, not you. Absolute facts. Ooh, yeah, man, if you had that short on Kite, you would be way up right now, bro. That was where we were talking about, dude. Look at that short. I know that was a day and a half ago. You probably crushed them since Francisco. And then we had the rally back up, lower highs. You knew there was more to gain. Now we're battling the 200 moving average, just trying to eject off it. It's like bounce, dude. Look at this. You can't make this stuff up. It wicks up to the 50, and then it gives it all back. Like, it literally is like, those are the numbers it wants. You did both on Kite. Yeah, dog. Making the money, man. Making that money, Francisco. Good for you. Good for you. It does look like there's still more downside in here for a Kite, for sure. Boom, boom, boom. Best case scenario, I'd be looking at something like this. That's what I see. Come on, pull a little more. There you go. I think it's more downside. We have a little bit of volatility right here. We whip right up to the trend line. It's probably coming back down. We'll be able to see 19 cents again. That's pretty good. 10% move, come back up. Bing, 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 bing. We'll figure out if it wants to break up or down. Likely it's probably going to break down. I mean, look at this, dude. Woo! That's a fat uptrend, dude. Look at that uptrend, dude. Dang thing has like an average price of 9 cents. Dude, this thing could easily come back down to 11. Oh, my goodness. What is Kite? What is Kite? Did you look this up the other day? I can't remember if we looked it up or if we were just talking about it. $10 billion, 1.8 billion. Is this like another layer one? Gosh, you can always tell because they always only release like a very small part of the supply. 18% of supply is in circulation. 12% goes to investors, 20% team, 20% modules. 41% to eco growth and community airdrop. I wish I could see like the plan. Like I want to know more about the backstory. I believe. Oh, you said You said to look at Aptos too. I believe Aptos will be a run. It's the most oversold. Yeah, I remember Crypto Lark talks about Aptos a lot. Whoa, look at those unlocks. Holy cow. Like it's pretty flat at 19. It's going to jump up to 22 and it kind of roams there. When is this unlock coming out? Oh, that's a fat unlock. That's 12%, 13%. That's October 28th. Dude, I would short the crap. Put a massive short in there back in August and just let it sit there and cook. On my way. Sweet man. See you in a second. What is Kite? Kite is building the first AI payment blockchain, a foundational infrastructure where anonymous AI agents can operate with verifiable identity, programmable governance, and native access to stablecoin payments. So that's kind of cool. I like that. It's kind of makes me think a little bit like PayPal. It does pretty cool. What? It's in the top 100? Get out of here, dog. That's crazy. In the top 100 at 379 million market cap. Dude, that's crazy, dude. That just shows like the rally in the market hasn't really happened. I remember in the last bear market, I was like, I don't want to buy anything that doesn't have $1 billion like market cap because I'm like, I feel like it could just disappear overnight. And then we have like things like Luna and FTX. I'm like, well, live and learn, I guess. That's all you can take from this market, dude. Oh, dude, it cracks me up. Kite, man, yeah, dude. I think there's some shorting that needs to be happening. We also have a red dot on the 12-hour possible damage price action. I gotta throw a short on you. I was gonna short it with you, and I freaking fell asleep that night. Where's Aptos at? Aptos. Appetitos. Algo, XLM. Arbitrum. Where the hell is Aptos at? Dude, I swear I have it. I just don't know where it's at. Aptos. USDT. Locate. Where are you at? Why is it down here? I don't know. I guess it's down here in the meme category, which is not really meme. It's just regular altcoins. I don't know if it has a red dot right now on the 12-hour. I don't know if it's there yet for a rally reversal. The momentum is kind of coming in on the daily time frame. The money flow has been coming in, but the VWAP, Stokes, and strength is not there yet to show its rally. Now, it could be the performer performing, in the whole market overall. But, you're not wrong. Dude, that is nasty oversold, dude. Oh, my goodness. We did get the 3-day does have the double green dot. And it's, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks and it hasn't broken down anymore. Like it's been stuck there. If you 5 days trying to reverse, it has a $1.80 price target if it can get out of its own way. Whoa, dude, it's like way oversold. Oh my gosh. Dude, it's never really pumped in like forever and ever and ever. Hello at that weekly, dude. That's nasty weekly. Holy smokes. That's crazy. Dude, that's crazy. You would expect a move for sure. For sure, man. Like if you're not buying the bottom, you have to be dang near buying the bottom. That is bad. Uncharted territory to the downside. Where's Pole at? I always hate Polygon because they rebranded so much it's hard to get all the chart data on it. I'm gonna look at Polygon. What's in that good another layer 2? Polygon. Yeah, there's a green dot on the weekly too. I wonder when we drew this out. I can never remember. When I draw things out. I should write the dates on it so I could backtrack it. We do have a swing up, slightly swing down, and swing down. So there's a little bit of bullish divvy coming on in here, just a small amount. Clearly, you got the swing down right there, and you got the swing up on the momentum. We did get that green dot on the weekly. That's pretty bad. I mean, pretty good. VWAP looking good. Stokes RSI looking good. Maybe there's a rally coming in, man, for layer 2s. Yeah, that's a possibility, man. We called that last wick up, though, on on Poly, we were like, dude, it's gonna be ripping. We called down the show up, and we said 18 cents or something like that, dude. Yeah, we nailed that sucker. We even longed it on the show. Do Pepe next. All right, we'll do Pepe. Mr. JJ, Cryptic Corner over here. We're Adam to stage. What's up, dog? What's up, man? Why are you muted?
Am I?
Oh no, there you go.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, cool.
It took like a second. You probably forgot to plug in your headset.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Did you take your wife out, or girlfriend, or fiance?
No, we stayed in. Watched movies.
Hey, that's what I do too.
Fun.
I got kids, so it's like we can't go anywhere. It's too hard.
Thought about it. We ended up getting. We don't normally do fast food, but for some reason we all just wanted burgers. So I went and I picked up a bunch of burgers from McDonald's.
McDonald's, man, dude. My favorite thing to get at McDonald's is they have a buy one get one for $1 McDoubles. Those are like my favorite.
That's what we got. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
we
dude.
just loaded up. I filled the whole bag.
Yeah. Do you guys have Jack in the Box?
We do not. No. We do in Michigan. I just never been there. Locally, we have very few. I live in a relatively small town.
Yeah. Well, we have a Jack in the Box right down the street from us,
Nice.
and they have we call them 99-cent tacos. And you get $1, you get 2 tacos.
That's dangerous.
Dude, isn't that dangerous? And we used to go there as a kid, and we'd get 40 tacos. It'd take them like
Hell yeah.
20 minutes to do it, dude. And you're like, just load up.
Do you remember when the 50-piece nugget first came out at McDonald's? That was a big deal. Everyone was like, let's go get a 50-piece nugget.
Yeah, for $20, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Dude, nuggets are freaking expensive, bro. Like,
Oh, yeah.
if you go there and you get like a 6-piece or an 8-piece nugget, it's like
Mhm.
$5. I'm like, dude, you
Yeah.
telling me I'm paying $1 a nugget? Like, get the frick out of here. It's not even real chicken.
I know.
Go buy some breaded chicken from like the local grocery store. Like, you guys have Safeway or Fred Meyer's?
Right. I think. Well, no, I think my Meyer is different than.
Well,
what
our
you're-
Fred Meyer's is a Fred Meyer Jewelers, and it's a grocery store.
So we have Meyer, which I think is different from Fred Meyer. It's like a Midwest specific thing.
Yeah. That's funny. Is that where you guys shop at?
That's one of my preferences. I don't mind Walmart. Everyone kind of craps all over them, but I think they provide most jobs in the United States of America.
Yeah, I think so too. I watched this guy on TikTok, guys. If you haven't watched TikTok, don't download it because it's a time drain. But I was watching this guy on there, and he cracks me up because he goes to Walmart and he's like, "Hey, excuse me, can I get some help?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." And he like goes around the corner. He's like, "This is my friend. They thought you were cute, and they wanted to ask you out." The Walmart employees just set up. They're like on the.
Oh, I think I've seen those clips before. As I was like, I didn't say that. No.
Yeah. Like, what? You're like, bro, you set me up.
So good.
Yeah, it cracks me up, man. There's this one chick. She has this straight on like unibrow, dude, going across. I was dying.
Yeah.
And then she shuts him down. She's like, "No, I'm not interested." I'm like, "Oh, that's cold."
Oh shit.
Oh, it's so good. I gotta look at one more. I gotta do Pepe. I look at the weekly. Do Pepe next. Hager's and chicken strips, dude. Hagen's chicken strips are fire. We used to have an Albertsons, and they had an entire aisle dedicated to retro sodas. Oh man, I miss Albertsons.
Ooh,
It was the best, bro.
sounds amazing.
Dude, it was lit. Straight lit.
We get a Doritos. There's like a 24 pack, and it's
Never
like
heard of
one of
Doritos.
each variety.
Oh, Doritos, yes.
Yeah, the soda, the Mexican soda. It's so good. The
Yeah,
Fiesta
dude.
pack, I think is what it's called. And it's just a 24 pack of the glass bottles, cane
Dude,
sugar.
I love the glass bottles. You seen
It's
that
so good.
Trump told Coca-Cola, he's like, "Can you guys put sugar back in your product
Right.
because no one likes it?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure. What game?" He's
Hell
like,
yeah.
"You guys are the best." That's so funny because Dana White, he'll hang out with Dana White, right? And he doesn't drink water. It's like so weird. Like it's like he'll go all day and not have anything to drink if it's not a Coke. Damn, bro, that's savage.
That's crazy, man. I feel like I went through a phase like that before where I drank a lot of Coke, and I remember gaining a lot of weight. It was a lot, dude.
Dude, I feel it, man. I'm gonna do sober March. I'm not gonna have any like whiskey, or anything like that. I'm gonna do whiskey, but no beer. for the whole month of March because I got shredded off, dude. My wife gets so jealous. I'll quit drinking for like 3 months and I'll drop 25 to 30 pounds. Just
damn.
And I only weigh 177 right now. I'll go back down to 150s.
That's crazy. I'm at 220 right now. I was down to 180 like a couple months ago. I don't know what the hell happened. I gained 40 pounds out of nowhere, and I like looked at the scale. I was like, "What happened?
What the hell, man? I'm getting old now."
I have no explanation still.
No explanations.
I haven't ate anything different or more. Yeah, I blame the winter. That's
yeah. Your body's like, I got stockpile up on the food right now.
Yeah.
It's the McDonald's you just went out and picked up.
Right. Yeah. That's the one time in the year that I eat McDonald's, it just all goes straight to my gut.
Dude, I think I have a gluten intolerance, but it's never really bothered me too bad. Like, I went and got like a test done. They're like, you should only have it like twice a month. I'm like, oh, well, that's not good because I eat a lot more than that. Francisco Santos says soda's addicting, and I'm also putting beer, sticking to just liquor. Because soda is addicting. That is the number one thing that I have the hardest time quitting. I have no problem quitting smoking. I smoke cigars. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with alcohol. I usually cut it out like 6 months out of the year anyways. Like, it doesn't bother me. But man, dude, when I have a Coca-Cola, dude, that's all I crave. I'm like, dude, I love to get a nice cool one. It's
I'm gonna be a little blasphemous here, but I'm a Pepsi guy. I prefer Pepsi over Coke. It's a lot sweeter. Coke is like a little too mature for me. I like some Pepsi. It's like really sweet.
Yeah, I know exactly how the Pepsi is, dude. I get it, man. Because like I did Coca-Cola for like 2 years, and when I was like a teenager, and then my friend's mom, because we didn't have a buy soda, we grew up relatively moderate, and she started buying Pepsi, and I was like, this is fine. And then like after I swapped back to Coke, I'm like, dude, Pepsi is so sweet. It is crazy. I could tell the taste the difference too. Rathian says Doge. You want to look at some Dogecoin, dude? I was just thinking about buying some Doge. It called me crazy just because it's my long time.
It made such a good comeback yesterday when everyone was excited. I've always said Doge is the people's meme because it's a household name from last cycle and people still talk about it.
Dude,
everyone's parents talk. They don't even know about crypto. They're like, "Do you have any doggy coins?"
Yeah, doggy coin, Doji. They call it Doji. Well, that was the funniest thing. Nobody knew what it was called last cycle.
It's like GIF and GIF.
Yeah. Dude, let me look at Pepe real quick because I think Doge is it's probably pretty similar to this to me. You got the lower high. It's still a lower high, so I'm not fully convinced that this is a breakout yet, especially looking at the VWAP with the curvature to the downside. And the Stokes they just flipped green, but they're very flat with the strength. And the momentum, if we're watching the momentum wave, I can see this, but you guys can't really see it, but we have a little bit bend in there. We have a little bit of bend on the daily, so I'm not convinced that it's done yet. It's going to have a high, especially if you look at it on the 12-hour. It's a straight up rejection off the 200. Now, granted, we didn't break below the 50, but now we're in our first red candle. The likelihood, I think, of us at least coming back down to the 21, which is several zeros, 38, is very promising. The VWAP's coming down, 4 hours coming down, but we could retest that 200 before we come down a little lower. 1 hour, there's that pumperoonie, man. Look at that. That's a classic. It's your high. There's a little lower high. We come back down. We bounce off it. Maybe we can get a little inverted head and shoulders. If not, it's going to create a lower high. The likelihood if we reject off that is seeing this 200 moving average is very, very likely 3.8 on the 1 hour. Or Mr. Pepe. Let's look at Dogecoin because I like you said, it's a house name. It's crazy how inflationary it is because I always check out the market, how many tokens are.
I remember looking into that and being surprised that it didn't inflate as much as I had expected it to.
It's 10,000 coins a block. I think it does a block every 2-3 minutes.
Max supply is infinite.
Oh,
they must have changed that then. Or maybe it just hadn't inflated as much. See, I don't know if it inflates as much as we think.
Ask Grok how many new tokens are created on our.
All right, let me ask. Yeah, I'll pull it up.
So we go to Dogecoin right now. We're looking at the 1 hour. It's been coming down. Money flow's been coming down. VWAP is slightly up. It's a 1.5. There's some curvature coming in here. We could rally to 10.5. I'm not crazy bullish on it. I would be shorting it still. The 4 hour, dude, it came up to the 200. You always, dude, generally, if it hits the 200, that's the best time to short. You short that 2 hour, boom, it came right back down at 21, easy money right there. Momentum still shows that it could have some more to go. We could be looking at the range of 9695. 9695. Yeah, maybe a little lower. The 12 hour just gets started on the 12 hour. 12 hour. Well, that was the 8 hour. I lied. What's Grok saying?
One sec. I'm going to pull up something else as well. May 8th
is in Michigan. Wait, he said
he said Fago Cola.
What's Fago Cola? Is that like slang for something that I?
No, it's actual brand. It's a Midwest brand.
Is that an actual thing?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
It's so good. They make red
got Shasta
and stuff like that.
Shasta soda.
No. Okay, so this is what I've observed, and on March 9th, 2021, which is around all-time high, Dogecoin's supply was 129.5 billion, and their current supply is 168.7 billion. So they haven't inflated that much since 2021.
So wait, say that again. How much do they inflate?
So right now they're at 168. They're at 168 right now. In 2021, they were at 129. So 168
That's
minus
like
129.
23%.
It is 39. So it's 30. They inflated it by 39 billion. So I'm not sure what percent that is. I think you're close. Yeah, it's about 20 something. But in 4 or 5 years, 20 something percent, that's not as much as you would expect out of a meme coin.
Hey, it's better than the US dollar.
Right. And that's why I think if you actually look at the Dogecoin's historical chart, it's actually green, which a lot of other coins can't say that. Like since launch, they're at damn near negative for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's great, but it's a lot more decent than I expected. I expected it to be like they quadrupled their supply, but 20 something percent in 4 or 5 years, that's not much.
I thought it was up like 50% of the supply, right. So I was even off. Still, I mean, if you think about it, 10,000 tokens every block or whatever it is.
It is 10,000 per block and 1 block per minute on average.
Yeah, right? That seems like a lot to me.
It's approximately 5.256 billion a year. And it is proof of work. So, and the supply is infinite, according to CoinMarketCap. So it is still pretty
currently. Crazy. And 10,000 tokens every minute is about $1,000 right now.
Printing $1,000 a minute. That's crazy. And it's still in the top 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's at its like a bear market price. Imagine it was like when it was like 80 cents.
Yeah. What is it at right now? Let me go see.
It's at 10 cents.
Okay, so 8x. So $8,000 a minute. Wow.
I mean, to think about how much money needs to go in there to buy that new supply, it blows my mind to think about that.
8,000 times. So it's it's $500,000 an hour. That's crazy. That's like Jeff Bezos's salary.
But I'm sure the miners aren't selling it, right? Like they're probably holding it. That's one of the reasons why.
I don't know. It's very evenly split as well. So it's not like there's one guy making $250,000 and then another guy making $250,000. They're probably making like $5-10 a day.
You says how much do I need to buy a single day's worth of printing of Dogecoin? How much does he need to buy a day's worth of Doge?
Okay, so it's $1,000 a second. No, a minute.
Yeah, $1,000 a minute.
$1,000 a minute times 60 minutes. Times $60,000. Is that right? Hang on. It is 60 minutes times 24 hours. 1,440 blocks per day. And about, I forget the rate of inflation that we said. It's $1,000 every minute. Is that right?
Well, it's how many blocks are I? Just do 1,400.
1,440 blocks per day.
So that's 10,000 tokens. It's 144,000.
Okay. No, that's 11,400,000
a day to buy 1 day's worth of Doge tokens.
So that's 1440 times 10,000 Doge per day. And then what's the price? Is 10 cents?
Yeah.
Times 0.1. So $1.1 million.
Stupid. That's just stupid. There's no way that amount of money is going back into circulation. I refuse to believe that.
Right. Yeah, that is crazy to think. Isn't it?
And they can't be as the selling, like whoever's mining it has to know that they can F up everything. They have to slowly sell it. They have to slowly sell it. Otherwise, and they're okay with that because it's getting it for free.
The cost of electricity.
Anthony Event says, I just took the levels. It's pretty loyal to levels and it follows Bitcoin pretty close.
Yeah, Dogecoin is one of the few solid proof of work projects that's left still. ETH kind of screwed themselves over when they switched to proof of stake. They're liquid staking, and you have to stand in line. There's a queue.
We were making fun of them.
Over months.
Yeah, we were making fun of them because they call it the splurge, the surge, what was it? It's like what would they call it? The stupid thing that they did when they swapped to EI 1559.
I have no idea.
The splurge, the surge, the courage,
charting,
the resurge, whatever it said. What do you think about Chase Bank? I was listening to them. What did they just do? They bought a chunk into Uniswap, right? Or BlackRock did. BlackRock is in the stablecoin thing. They're doing they're building their not proof of work. They're building their tokenized assets on top of Uniswap, and they bought a chunk of Uni token. I swear, I was looking back in history. I swear, Uniswap once said that they were sold a bunch of tokens to JP Morgan, and they were well, now people were freaking out because they're not really centralized anymore. But I can't find that article. I'm like, dude, I swear that happened. Huh. I'm like, I think that's why BlackRock picked them. But I could be going crazy.
Uniswap founder JP Morgan closed my bank account.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, apparently he doesn't like Uniswap, or he doesn't like JP Morgan, the founder of Uniswap.
Maybe
JP Morgan takeover exposed. There's a 3-month-old Discover Crypto video. Uniswap crypto killer JP Morgan takeover exposed. I don't know. Aerodrome sucking Uniswap's liquidity pools dry. Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's interesting too to think about Aerodrome and all these other projects that were so hyped up. I'm like, where are they at now?
They're all flavor of the weeks, man. There's always one out of every cloud of flavor of the week coins that pop out.
Yeah,
there's always a handful that actually stick around.
Yeah,
and it's hard to pick the right ones. Hype is one of the few that's actually stuck around and they have revenue and stuff.
I don't believe in hype. I'm a super anti-hype guy.
I don't know enough about them.
I don't like them.
The decks.
Their market cap didn't match them how fast they rose to the top at all, and they manipulated somehow. I can't remember how they did it, but I didn't trust them. And I think hype's gonna be the next cake. And they have
I actually have that same reasoning for why I don't like ICP.
Why?
Because they launched in the top 10 on every tier 1 exchange.
But the CEO of Hype even said that was wrong. He didn't make that token. There was some FTX manipulated it somehow for that reason, that it was way overinflated.
Yeah, I mean, still that's just as bad as anything else, though.
Yeah, if somebody messed up
manipulated like that, I'm not really.
I think where I was looking at Cake to Hype, because Cake was $30, $20 or whatever it was, that's peak, and I'm like, now it's $1. I'm like, I don't think it can go back. Let me look at Hedera fast. Do you like Hedera?
I do actually. We always joke on my stream that Hedera cures cancer, because there was a point last year where there was amazing news coming out of HBAR every single day. There was something crazy that they were doing, and I was like, HBAR cured cancer today.
Did you see what they added to the Hedera council?
Everybody?
FedEx is on it now.
Dude, I literally saw that. I was cracking up. I was like, everything in the world is happening positive for crypto, and then FedEx just some random delivery company partners with HBAR, and everyone's like, yeah, and the price spikes like crazy. I was like, this is bullshit. Because everything else for crypto sucks. You know, they're like, the president is best friends with Satoshi Nakamoto, and you know, the entire world congratulated Bitcoin and nobody cares. And HBAR's like, we partnered with FedEx, and everyone's like, buy. Bye.
Dude, think about Hedera too. It's a DAG. Technically, it's not a crypto. It's a DAG, which it's
okay.
It gets kind of technical for me to explain because I have to look at it every single time to explain what a DAG.
I remember looking into what a DAG was. Yeah,
it gets kind of confusing. But on Hedera, it's in a falling wedge like anybody's ever seen. You know, I mean, I would say like anything else, like, you know, this is damn near close to a bottom like you can get, and they should get the bounce up, and maybe we'll get a lower high at 17 cents. The weekly does show a rally coming on in here. 5-day, we got momentum. BWAP, Stokes, RSI look pretty good. 12-hour, red dot, money flow coming in. I mean, it's kind of like the same thing with everything, you know, I'm saying in the market. We rejected off the 200 moving average, which isn't the greatest sign. Like, you know, we broke up. We're like, yeah, we're above it. And then it came right back down. Now, if it doesn't bounce off and get above the 200, I would be bearish. And I'm just saying this as an overly thing. And you know something too, JJ, I think what's happening with crypto is last cycle we had euphoria and just tops blew off everything. It didn't matter. But now I think there's so many tokens introduced into the market. It's hard for all that money to be focused on like one individual or certain individual coins get so spread out. And I wouldn't be surprised to see, even with the Clarity Act, something happens where all these tokens kind of do a Cadena thing where they're just not being built and they're not being used, and they kind of die and drift off and do their own thing. Like, you still buy Cadena, but it's a dead project now. And I think that's along the lines of what's going to happen to a lot of these coins on the outside, and the money flow can kind of focus on the main ones. So I don't think we're going to see like Cake to $20, right? Let's say it ends up being one of the ones that can make it. I don't think we'll see Cake to like $20 the next market. I think that was a significant scenario where the unlocks weren't like a thing yet. Like, it wasn't released. It was like one of like 200 popular coins that were launched that allowed it to rocket up. You know, even with Hedera, you know, Hedera is fully unlocked right now, and technically it hit a new all-time high, I believe, in market cap, even though it didn't get a new all-time high in price. And that's another thing that people overlook. Where's Hedera at? But I love me some Hedera, little HBAR.
So Pancake Swap, as close as I can get to their all-time high in the historic charts. Let me see. Where is Cake? Pancake Swap number 48. Market cap was 1.5 billion, 130 million circulating supply. Now their circulating supply is 345 million. So they've more than tripled their circulating supply. So just for them to get back to the previous all-time high of $40. Well, that's what I'm saying. Because their supply has more than tripled, in order for them to get back to their all-time high of $40, instead of what it was before, 1.5 billion, it would have to be 4.5 billion market cap, or probably 5 billion market cap for them to get to $40 again, because they've inflated so much.
Yeah, and is there a max supply
for them to burn their supply?
Is there a max supply?
There is, actually. It's 400 million. It is currently 83.03% circulating.
Wow. We look at Hedera. I thought Hedera was fully unlocked. It hasn't quite got there yet. It has its last unlock comes in August of.
Okay. I mean, it's kind of inconsequential at this point.
No, wait, I'll take it back.
It's 86% circulating. So yeah, what's another 14% going to do?
Yeah, exactly right. That's what I kind of feel about it too. And then when it's done, it's done. You know what I mean?
Is there more unlocks? It looks like
there's one more. It's 43% circulating. Not 43%. There's 43 billion tokens circulating. 50 billion total. So we have another 14% to go. And that looks like, if you look at the pie chart or their unlock chart, it's coming here in the next little bit. 6% unlock left. But if you really look at it too, like back in 21, that's where everybody was like, yeah, Hedera, it's bullish, it's pumping like crazy. Well, now you look at the unlocks, dude. They chunked these unlocks. Boom, boom. Right. 5%. It was a fat one.
Maybe it's not scheduled because I don't see there. I'm looking at what you're looking at. There's nothing else in the like rest of that chart for unlocks.
I figured it would be fully unlocked at the. Maybe you're right. Maybe
it
that
might be. Look
right
at the unlock progress.
Yeah,
right above that.
Where's the last 5%?
Right there. That big green circle right there.
Yeah. What's this? Untracked. So it's 5% untracked. 94. So it might be, like you said, maybe the
it might be burned as well. Burned is usually not considered circulation. It depends on coin market cap,
Private sale, initial cost and licensing, community dev, teams, network foundation. Maybe you're right. Maybe you are just right. But dude, Hedera is going to be one that sticks to it. I think a lot of the ISO 222s are going to be around forever. What's up, Calvin? Calvin says, "What's up, gents? Hope you're having a great weekend. I remember Hedera was in it for a few months some time ago. What's your take on alts? Seems like they never got a chance to cycle, but why?" I agree, Calvin. They never did get a chance, and the reasoning behind it, like him or hate him, I think Trump changed the cycles. I think that if we had Kamala in there, which I'm not pro Kamala, which is fine. I don't care if you are, if you aren't. But I think we would have had the traditional 4-year cycle. I think what's happening right now, Trump, I want to say, hyper pushing all the regulations on everything. And I think because of that, crypto is going through, what's it called? Growing pains. And when you have a growing pain, it hurts. You know what I mean? But you have to do it to get to maturity of adulthood. And I think that's where we're at, man. I honestly think we're just like a teenage. Crypto's a teenager right now. We're having our growing pains. The next thing we know, we're going to be adult. We're going to be an asset just like stocks.
I have a good question to segue off of that. Do you think that Satoshi's original vision for Bitcoin and essentially translated into the broader crypto like cypherpunk concept ideals is lost now that we're pretty much integrated in with the stock market?
I think
even if the stock market tokenizes, I feel like it's completely different from.
I think it's completely different. I think like Roger Veers talks about like the Bitcoin hijacking, and I think that happened 100%. I think it was hijacked. But what you gonna do, man? I think it's the broader. My vision for crypto, when I heard about it, now you have your own vision, so I want to hear yours. Was you can't stop it. It's going to lead to one world global currency, and it's probably going to lead to the end of the world. But what the hell? I'm going to make money while it's going to do it. So I mean, I like to go in the Book of Revelations and dabble with that, and that's why I didn't get into crypto originally. But I want to hear your points on what was your vision for crypto when you first found out about how Bitcoin works.
I mean, I like Satoshi's concept, money that can't be printed by the government. I think that's essentially it, is us trying to take the currency back for ourselves. And maybe Bitcoin was the spearhead, and maybe it's a martyr for that, with the government and Wall Street essentially taking it over, if we're being completely honest. But if that's what it takes, then so be it. I don't know if we're going to head to a one world currency. I think it's going to be the opposite. I think it's going to be a mess. I think it's going to be a bunch of different currencies, kind of like there is now, but even more. And there's going to be some kind of arbitrage system where everything gets traded around, and it's essentially weighed against goods. Or maybe it is weighed against Bitcoin. But I think that there's going to be some kind of centrifugal web, if you will. And there's all these other currencies go into it, and you can trade them. Like, without even knowing, I could send you 8 different coins for a payment for, editing a video or whatever. And you wouldn't know. You would just receive the currency that you choose to receive, whether that's USD, Canadian dollars, or Bitcoin, or Litecoin. It would just auto swap to whatever.
Yeah.
Like 1-to-1. And I think that that's a cool idea. And it would all be weighed in Bitcoin or the cost of bread and milk. Who knows,
Yeah, I think about that too. Like XRP is going to, I'm a huge XRP nerd, but I think it's like a bridge, like all the currencies, all the transactions, all ODL, and just be a superior product. But what do you think? Because I hear a lot of people talk about CBDCs, and Trump's like, it's never going to happen. What's your opinion on CBDCs?
I think it's happening without anyone's knowledge or care. I think stable coins are going to become the CBDC, and it's going to be really easy because all they got to do is be like, this is $1. And everyone's like, okay, sick. And then you're buying and moving this around, and it's going to eventually turn it kind of like how, like, I just got an email from Disney Plus. They're updating their customer agreement. I'm never going to read that, you know?
Yeah.
I have no desire to read that. That's going to same thing's going to happen with Tether or USDC or whatever American coin that we use. That's our stable coin. They're going to update their terms of service or, you know, whatever, their bylaws. And we're not even going to know or care to know. People are going to be like, oh, did you see this? And we're going to be like, well, whatever. I still got to pay my bills and buy groceries, you know?
That's what I feel about this whole thing too. Like, I feel like CBDCs, I think majority of people, let's say, are against them.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think it is a bad idea.
What I do too, but we're basically on a CBDC even right now with a digital dollar, and like a stable coin, basically, like you said, is a CBDC.
Yeah.
What is a CBDC? A central bank digital currency.
Okay.
So
it's a slippery slope. So I understand people being against it. I would never be for it, but if it happens, I'm not gonna rise up and fight. You know, what do I give a shit for?
Yeah, it's kind of how I kind of feel too. But I'm also like, it's such a loose term. Okay, well, not a bank. You know, a Chase Bank would be like, we're no longer a bank. We're a lending office. So here's our token. You know what I mean? I mean, that's such a broadly used term.
And all of the CBDC things that people are afraid of, I guess it's just a streamlining of what's already happening. Like if you and I are like laundering money because we're like selling video games or whatever, you know, we're doing something legal, but we're technically laundering the money because we're not paying taxes or some craziness, and then our money gets seized or our wallets get seized or whatever. And then Tether's like, we're going to work with the government and freeze all of their assets. That's essentially what a CBDC would do anyways. So the only difference is Tether's the middleman at this point. Whereas with the CBDC, I think the government would just press a button and it would be done.
I think what's really interesting too about this project, or CBDCs, is like people talk about the dollar right now being debanked. And I've talked to certain people who are older, let's say the 40s and 50s, who've been around. And some of these people still think we're on the gold standard. And I'm like, I mean, that tells you how many people I think will even know, like you said, aren't going to be in the terms of service and not even realize that we're on the CBDC or not even care that we're on the CBDC because their lives didn't even change. Like, it doesn't bother them whatsoever. I'm not going to do anything illegal.
It won't bother anyone unless the government steps in and like seizes something from somebody that they care about or whatever. And even then, it's going to be very isolated incidents. Like and this is a slippery slope again. You know, I'm not all in favor of like George Orwell's 1984, but if the government controls money more than they do now, well, it's not going to affect me. I'm not like a drug lord. So I don't really care. If they step up and they're like, we're seizing your assets, JJ's Cryptic Corner, I'm going to be like, okay, what do I need to do to unseize it? They're like, well, you have to prove that you're not doing anything illegal. And then I would just prove that. And that would be it. I mean, it would suck, but I don't know. It's like I said, it's a slippery slope. It's a weird situation, but I don't think there's any way for us to avoid it because unfortunately, this is the hand that feeds us. We chose to value this currency that they printed, and now here we are.
Now here we are, man. That's just funny
we
too.
Fought in 1776 for what was it, like a 1% tax on tea or something?
I think it was a total of like.
We were like, there's too many taxes, and now we're like, we should pay more taxes, shouldn't we?
Yeah, it's like 30%. I think we
crazy.
pay like 30%. My state passed the millionaire tax, which is anybody who makes $150,000 or more. And then, which is funny because it's not millionaire tax, just what they call it. And then we have a state tax, and now we're going to get an income tax in 2028. I'm like, oh my God.
That's what I mean, man. It just tariff the shit out of everything and get rid of taxes. It seems so much simpler. Like, why do I need to pay? I need to pay, like, they're compounding my taxes at that point. I pay taxes on everything that I do. I would rather just pay like 50% more for my groceries if that's what it takes. And then they can take that 50% and go, you know, fund all of their bullshit families, projects, and whatever other crap. I don't care.
Yeah. You said dollars backed by gold. What happened to the pennies?
Right.
It's true, man. And you know what's funny is, like, I think about taxes, like, it should be one. If you want tax on it, it should be a blanket tax. So you think about, I get taxed on my paycheck, then I get taxed when I buy groceries.
That's what I mean. They're compounding it.
Tax. Yeah. Then I have to pay gas tax. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it never ends.
And then by the time you've spent your entire paycheck, you're down to like probably like 40% of what you actually brought home.
Yeah,
is what you get to spend on your own goods.
We pay $3. My state has What? Where's Grok at? What's the high? Where's Grok at? Grok. What's Washington's gas tax? What's Washington?
I don't know if I've heard of a gas tax. That's crazy.
Gas tax. Dude, we have that's what makes the prices change per state. Like how California has super high gas.
Mm-hmm.
We have it. So whatever you see at the gasoline station or whatever it is, we have to pay set on top of the federal gas tax of 18 cents. We pay 73 cents per gallon on top of it.
So you guys are just paying another $1.
Dude,
that's
crazy, bro. Dude, it's crazy, right? So we pay like, I don't know, like dang near $3.80, $4 right now, but it should be like $1 lower. And I was like, gosh, $1 per gallon. $1 per gallon, 78% more, 78 cents more per gallon.
That's why I refuse to fill up, and I feel stupid when I don't do it. But like if I just put gas in every single day, sometimes the price goes down and I get gas. Sometimes it goes up and I get gas. That way I'm not like filling up at like $5 and then it goes down to $3. When by the time I can fill up my tank again, I could have been getting $3 when it first happened.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Hey, did you end up selling your silver?
I did not. No.
But you bought it, right?
Not at the top.
You didn't buy at the top.
I opened a position at $77, and it's still open, and we're still at $77. So.
Yeah, thanks, silver. It's so funny, man. I think we'll be at 150 by the end of the year. That's
I'm so on the fence. Everyone's talking about these great prices, and then the other side, everyone's talking about these horrible prices and how it's never going to get high again. And I'm like, I don't know who to believe. I feel like everyone's just guessing.
Oh, I actually back my stuff up by facts, and I'm not gonna pull it up for you, but silver is mined out of the ground 4 times slower than gold.
Yep.
Now,
supply and demand. That's one of the biggest reasons why I'm not like in a hurry to sell it.
So another thing about silver, I might skew these numbers a little bit, but the same math principles apply. So let's say we need $100 billion of silver.
Mm-hmm.
A year. That's what we buy. That's what we sell in bullion. That's what we use for our AI chips. That's what we use for cell phones. That we use for solar panels. That's what we use for all these electronics. Well, now we need 100 billion.
Right.
What we're currently mining out of the ground is 800 million. So we're 200 million away from what we need yearly, annually. And then on top of that, all the silver that's being put in these electronic devices like solar panels, AI chips, as every year AI chips advance, it's not cost effective to strip the silver or gold or precious metals out, so it just ends up in the landfill, just to be buried again. So we're at a net negative, and we've been using our reserves for silver. Now another interesting aspect is you might not know this, the only place that's a silver refinery is out of the UK right now, and they owe a bunch of silver to a bunch of people. Well, guess what happens when they can't keep up with demand? They get short squeezed, and now they're forced to pay higher prices. It's a giant game, especially because we both know the amount of silver certificates in the existence doesn't match the ounces. If you go and everybody cashed in right now, silver will be it would never stop moving because it's not enough. So there's a lot of different reasons why it will be fluctuating to the upside. Now, I do think we might hit like $50 before we, as a bottom on I think that's like the 50-day moving average before we continue our upwards trend. You said if you bought something with already tax dollars and pay taxes on it, why do you have to pay taxes year after year? It makes no sense. I know that's why you. What's property tax, man? It's like you don't pay your
property tax. Pisses me off. I think more than a water bill.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's like you own your house, but you could lose your house if you don't pay.
Yeah, you're renting it. You are renting your house from the U.S. government.
Yeah. Yet you tax again year after year for prop tax, even though you paid taxes with your money when you bought it. 100%. You pay it tax when you already tax the income and total fraud. It was 100% fraud. And that's another thing too. I think Democrats and Republicans have everything in common is we all don't like the government. I think the government, everybody knows it's still.
So,
we all
okay.
have different ways about getting
I'm not one side or the other. I think they're both retarded, but I think the Democrats are very pro-government. I think they want more control, and the Republicans are very anti. I think that's, and it's changed over time. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I do think that the Democrats like, puppet mastering
to be controlled.
everything.
Well, that's really interesting because you think everybody wants to be the master of their own destiny. Anyways, regardless, I think it could be some people are afraid to have that responsibility, and I think that's the government trick because people aren't taught how to live at school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like if you taught your critical thinking and how to provide for yourself and do basic stuff, you don't need to depend on the government because you're like, dude, I can do it myself. Screw you. I don't trust you. And I think that's probably like a trick that's happened over.
And it's actually messed up that I don't trust you is so commonly referred to with the government now, because when did that happen and why is that okay? Can we get back to the government that we actually trust? It's ridiculous, and it's only getting worse.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
It's crazy.
What's your predictions, JJ, for Bitcoin? What are you feeling?
Okay, so I did this recently, and I'm quite excited about it. I went to very long-term Bitcoin chart, and
you can add yourself to the screen. I'll throw you up there.
Okay. Let me pull up the right chart first. Was it the weekly or the monthly? Oh, it had to have been the weekly. I'm gonna get rid of my Vu Manchu.
I agree, you F them all, man. I always feel like I get classified in Republicans because I like more Republicans, but I'm like, I don't like Republicans more than I don't like Democrats because I feel like Republicans straight up lie to you. I'm just telling you the truth. I do, man.
So I'm on the fence. I feel like they're both very much liars. Obviously, right now I'm leaning a little more in the way of Republicans personally, but that's because that's who's in the White House, and
I don't like taxes.
Right, but I like to say the Democrats lie. They lie behind your back, behind closed doors. The Republicans lie to your face. You know what I mean?
Both liars.
So they're both liars. One of them's just different from the other one, but they're both.
I don't even know how to fix it, but that's the facts. Release the Epstein files.
Right.
I want to see them all. I don't care who's in them. I want to see them. Let me make my own decisions.
Right.
You want to put yourself on the screen, JJ? You know how to do that with StreamYard?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the right damn chart that I had up. I'll just go to Bitstamp. I guess we'll take this one. All right. I can click on the things.
Oh, we have very little hope. I hope we can. That's it, man.
And I'm going to go with that guy, share. Okay. Can you see me?
Go. Yeah, I will in a second. There you go.
Okay, so this is what I did. And this is, again, it's just a random not arbitrage. It's a random thing that I've done. And I took all of this information here. This is a 69% pullback. So that was my original concept. I was like, okay, well, each pullback is whatever percentage amount. So what's it going to be this time? I went to 2018, and this is obviously going to be a recency bias situation because we got a lot more liquidity now. There's a lot more eyes on crypto. We'll go from candle body close on the weekly, top to bottom. We got an 83% pullback. Then right here, candle body close, top to bottom, approximately 76% pullback. So that's about 8 to 10% difference. And then from here, candle body close, I'm going to go 80, 70, we're going to go 67, 66. It's at about 40K. So when you do that, that's my guess right now. 69% just felt appropriate. So 38, 175. But I observed this.
Wait, you saying 38,175?
That's like worst case scenario. That's like super duper bear bottom kind of situation. But also I was looking at this and I was like, this is interesting. We got obviously way back 2015, 2016, the lowest it's been since back then, and then we hit even lower in 2022, coming out of the 2021 bear market. We didn't even get that low coming out of 2018. We got just below 30, which is crazy on the RSI. On the weekly, 29, and there's a recurring pattern. So I'm not going to say that we're going to do one of these again, like a higher low compared to previous. It's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. But if we did go and touch this trend line, then we're looking at an RSI of about, and this is a total guess, 24, 25. So, and you can also see our trajectory gets way more dramatic. Like this is very slow, long bleed out. This is like 45-degree, nice, calm. This is like fast, like roller coaster, straight down drop. So I think it's going to happen a lot over a shorter period of time compared to what people are expecting. Everyone's calling for 12-month long typical bear market. I don't know if that's going to be the case this time around, because look at how far we've dropped and how fast we've dropped. Because like Bitcoin's never been at these valuations, but it's also never dropped this much in this short period of time. That's a crazy amount of downside in such a small amount of time.
Yeah. I'm pretty close to your thesis. There's some interesting things that I wanted to point out too, because I think we have about 6 weeks minimum of like wherever we're at, and I think 48K could be a bottom. But when you talk about this time frame and how fast we dropped, I do bring that up a lot too with CoinGlass, because earlier this month we were 10%, we were 10% and 17%, and I said, where else have we ever had these two interesting numbers? And the February's not closed. And the only time I've looked at all these candles, the closest we get is 2014. We had 10 and 17, which is July, August. I'm wondering if we have, my thesis is 6 to 8 weeks, and we'll get like maybe, let's say sideways, maybe slightly down. We get that one, maybe one leg down. Okay, so we'll hit like 48K. But then in this month, we actually kind of come up a little bit, and it's not, we kind of trade sideways almost, rather than actually have another wick down. And then we start working our way up. Like, I'm wondering if it's really acting like July, August, but it's January, February right now. And so we might have like a not, let's say the last leg down, maybe March, April, we trade sideways. And then May, we start reversing, and we kind of have like a little dry summer because everyone goes on vacation. Then we start ripping and roaring September, October, November, December.
That actually lines up perfectly with Warsh coming in as the new Fed chair as well.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm really interested in seeing how this all plays out.
It's definitely a weird pick, and I'm not sure. There's people saying that Trump's gonna dial that back and pick somebody else. There's people saying that Warsh is gonna be a dove instead of his traditional like hawkish pro-dollar stance. It's definitely all over the place. I think the market is more uncertain now than it's ever been in history, and I don't know if that's because of Trump. I don't know if that's because of the economy or the global, whole global aspect, where everyone's kind of like, let's just confuse the shit out of everyone because it's looking pretty bad right now. I have no idea what's going on.
I have no idea. I know it's interesting too. It's like same thing with Pam Bondi. It's like first we had the other guy, right? And then he went in there like, now we got somebody that's just lines up the same thing that guy lined up with. Let's be honest with you, right? So he has no problem being like, let's change you. Now, he has no problem doing that. I think regardless what he wants will probably end up happening. And another thing, we have something going on right now. We have the Supreme Court with the tariffs. What the hell? They keep delaying it. What the hell is going on with that, right? And then we also have the Epstein files. We have the Clarity Act, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I really like the Clarity Act right now because Coinbase pulled out of it, and I kind of want it to be a little. Even if we aren't matching the banks 1-to-1, I'd still feel like there should be some sort of decent yield on stable coins to kind of push back a little bit on the banks. And I think the banks are struggling with it because they have nothing on hand, so they can't pay out.
They don't know, right? But also they don't know how to do crypto still. Coinbase has been in the game since pretty much day one, for being real. And here banks are just now getting into it. Even if they got into it 2-3 years ago, they're still like, what the hell are we even looking at?
Yeah, they have no idea. And then another thing that's interesting about it is we don't know. Lisa Cooks, who is a Supreme Court judge, has been indicted on mortgage fraud.
Are you sure? Is she a Supreme Court person? I thought that she was a Fed governor.
Oh, you're right, Fed governor. Sorry.
Yeah, she's got to go. I'm not a fan. And you can't commit mortgage fraud. Because if I did that, I'd be in jail.
In that position? And you're like, I didn't know. I'm like,
absolutely, yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's like my boss it's like the CEO of a company being like, I was getting free my garbage service. I didn't know how to pay my bill.
Yeah, I've been using a company card to buy my dinner.
Yeah, I was like, BS, right? BS. Mm-hmm. And then we haven't heard the end of that. So, she goes and is replaced. And then we have Walsh in there, which we don't really, he's kind of a wild card. And nobody knows who's going to replace Lisa Cooks because she's going to go. It's just a matter of how long they can hold on. Like, the reason why she hasn't gone yet is because Jerome Powell doesn't like Trump. That's strictly it.
Oh, I got a good statistic for you. Are you ready? The Burj Khalifa, the tallest building on the planet right now, that costs $1 billion less than the Fed renovations on their building. The tallest building on the planet was cheaper than renovations to an existing building.
Yeah. I love watching the Trump walk through with Jerome Powell. And he goes, "There's an extra $1 billion."
He's like, "I haven't heard about that."
I heard about that.
He goes, he's like,
"Oh, that's a different building. That's an extra building." Well, that's still in the cost, Jerome. Dude, just threw him under the bus, man, in front of the cameras.
I mean, it's ridiculous. You're the guy that's in charge of the money for the entire country, and you're like, let's drop $1.5 billion on a basement renovation.
And that's like they say it's like the ugliest renovation ever. Like it's
just demo it, dude. Fill it with concrete, and then build another building. It'll cost you probably 25% of what you're spending.
Yeah,
and you can build like a solid gold building.
You know what? You want to hear something interesting? If you want to go down a little conspiratorial, is I think what's actually happening is Trump's working on permanently removing the Federal Reserve. I think
I've heard the theory, yeah.
I think he's playing around with gold and silver right now. I think he hasn't talked about Fort Knox in about 8 months. And I think about another 8 months, he's going to bring it up. And I think they're going to go audit it. They're going to be like, dude, we have so much more gold than we ever had. I think they're pouring gold in there right now. And so it's one of the reasons why it's shooting up right now. And they're going to go like, let's reevaluate the dollar to gold. And all of a sudden, gold's worth 20 grand. Okay, we'll just make a number up. Say 20 grand. Silver's worth $700 an ounce. Well, now you can erase most of our debt overnight like that. Because we're like, well, that's digital money. Well, now we have digital money that just counted it. You didn't print any more than you have to. And then on top of that, let's say all this fraud, this Epstein stuff that's coming out, let's say, and this fraud with the new building, all of a sudden he's going to go, no, we don't owe that. You guys committed that. We didn't commit that. Why should, if you stole, why should we pay for it? Type of deal. And then all of a sudden that our bill gets cut again in half. And then all of a sudden the tariffs, we might be able to pay off our debt in a couple months. And all of a sudden with this tariffs coming, we can start backing all of our stuff by gold and silver again. And we can totally reverse, get off the Federal Reserve and go back to printing not the Federal Reserve note, but the U.S. dollar, which hasn't been in circulation in many decades. Mm-hmm. I think that is something that we're actually seeing right now. And how we're going to get there is something that you're touching on, is that nobody effing knows because Trump keeps everybody blind while he kind of goes through all these negatives. I think he really is. Maybe he's an idiot. Maybe he's not.
You know who isn't, though? Besant. Besant is very well respected in the finance world.
And he helped... is it not George Soros make fortunes in the Great Recession? He knows what he's doing. Right. And I think there is some 5D chess going on right now that we aren't aware of because we're normal people. I think. Right.
I mean, that's at least my hope.
Yeah, that's my hope too. I think the trick is how painless, how painful is the process going to be? You know, he's trying to make it as painless as possible. I don't know how that's going to look like in the housing market. I don't know what it's going to look like with people's retirement. I don't know what it's going to look like with groceries. I have no idea. This is all stuff that I'm, like you said, we're hoping was all planned out because it's a big freaking move. And I think there's a giant war going on because I think the people behind the scenes also know that. And, you know, another thing with this dollar is I think the Fed chairs knew that the dollar is getting nuked. And they were planning on going to get rid of the dollar, go to the Chinese dollar or whatever it is. I think you can't pay it back. There's not enough money in existence to pay it back. They know that. And they know they have to switch it to another thing. And that was the process. And now we have this little undecided, like, are we going this way? Are we going this way? Are we going this way? Are we going to go this way? Because we can't stay here because then we're going to enter hyperinflation. one big breath run-on sentence right there.
Right.
And then you got us, who's the very few people in crypto that do a lot of speculative talking and ranting about everything. Because, dude, crypto, so few people are in crypto. Crypto is so new. Like the total asset map, like Bitcoin, when it moved, $4 billion was sold, and the price went $4,000, and it's $1 trillion asset. Yeah. That's how much it needs to move it. It's easy. It's so easy to move crypto, and people don't realize it. They just don't realize it. You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dash. Daniel Kaufman wants JJ to go over Dash. JJ, I always do Dash, and maybe he will appreciate a different perspective on it. Would you be willing to do Dash? I don't know how much time you'll learn, but yeah. We have to add you back to screen though.
Dash USDT.
Because you closed your window out.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, let me remember how to do this.
Yeah, it's okay. You know who else uses OBS?
Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay. So Dash, who else uses OBS? Tell me that first.
George from CryptoZoros, and he said he's been having issues with it this last week. I
think his is a driver thing. I actually saw that stream. I was listening to it. I was like, he's got something going on with his graphics card or something.
Yeah, I that's what I was thinking too. I was like, this doesn't sound like an OBS thing, but I don't know OBS enough to say it's not. But I was cracking up. I like George.
Oh, I love George. He's great.
I think he has great news segments.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hold. I don't know if you follow him on Facebook or not, but whoever runs his account always posts fake information that's not fact checked.
That's great.
And I'm always like, well, I don't know about that, but I just like how he explains things. But he doesn't do. I don't think his TA's. He has somebody else.
Dude, it cracked me up. It cracked me up. Like I think during the bear market, he was like, this guy, and he pointed out like a tweet. He's like, this guy says that Bitcoin has got an Adam Eve double bottom. I've never heard of that pattern before, but I like it. And I was like, that's like one of the simplest patterns in the world. That's like one of the first things you learn. He's been in Bitcoin for like 10 years, and he's never heard of an Adam Eve double bottom.
Yeah, dude, he cracks me up. He always pulls up other people's charts, and I'm like,
you're right. Yeah, dude.
It cracks me up too, because he's like, he kept telling everybody, well, Bitcoin could go to 250,000 easy. I'm like, how are you getting there, George? Like, I don't think that's an easy thing. It does it every time.
All right, so we got high volume on each spike, which is nice. I like that. I'm going a little far back, but this is just 2025, so I guess it's not that far. Nice high volume on each spike, and this is kind of my first time looking at this, so nice high volume here. I like that you had like nothing volume here for sure. This is dead in the water, and then after this spike, the volume looks a lot better. There's definitely more breadth in the volume here. What I don't like is that it went below. I guess saying I don't like it is maybe not the right terminology, because sometimes that's necessary and sometimes it's even better. But you had this clear floor established and you did peak below that, but you're back above it, so that's good. And if we look at that specific level that you really bounced off of right about there, like 36, we'll call it 37, you bounced off of that back here and established this crazy run. So now you got, I like the wick right here. Nice reversal. There's some buying volume there for sure too. Volume's ticking up on this move as well. So you did a little fake out below this 36, 37 level, got back above it, and it looks like you're retesting for a potential continuation of the upside. Outside of that, your RSI, I like to call it reset when it's at 50, because from here it could establish a floor and then continue to the upside again, or go down. 50 is a nice middle ground. So I'm going to say that's reset. You did get a bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI, which I think played out. You got that nice bounce and attempt to hold at 50 again. And then your momentum wave on market cipher was over, but now it's smack dab in the middle again. Money flow is negative. It's been negative for a very, very long time, though, probably with the rest of the altcoin market, if we're being real. So I like this attempted upside and this attempted retest for bullish confirmation, or at least support. And I like that your cloud is now deflated and you're back in the safe zone. in the middle at 0 on Market Cipher. Outside of that, that's for zoomed in daily. See, here's what a lot of altcoins look like as well. Is
and that's a sharp decline.
They're just making new lows. Let's see. I guess what you got going for yourself is 2022 and then 2023 all the way to 2025 bear market. You're still above that, which is more than I can say for Cardano.
But we love our Cardano. Did you see Charles and his McDonald's outfit?
Dude, I was cracking up. I did my stream from McDonald's the other day. I got my green screen finally set up, so I took a part-time job at McDonald's and I was streaming during my shift.
Nice. It looks like a black screen.
Well, the green screen's right there. It's not up. I just threw it over to cover up my my treadmill. It's leaning up against the wall.
Yeah, I gotta work on that extra 40 pounds.
Right. I did get a gym membership. I still have yet to appear in the gym. Yeah.
Yeah, Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Did you get the one with the massage beds?
Yeah. Yes, we did.
You're like, there's water beds? Like, okay, you talked me into it.
I have not experienced one yet, but my buddy went in one years ago, and he said it was like the greatest experience in his entire life. So I have high expectations.
I just don't like going in there and asking them, like, can I go use the bed now because I just worked out, shower, like, I pay for this.
Right. Man, the market's a little poopy today, isn't it? This is, I guess, my favorite thing is the ISM PMI coming in above 50, because we have not had that since. I mean, we got it twice. This was Bitcoin breaking its all-time high before the halving. This is our second peak, and then we had a third peak somewhere in here. And so far, my excuse, my little copium for that has been we got upside, and then it reached above 50 expansion. That justified the first break. Upside, reached expansion, second one. And then this third one, was it just going upside? It didn't quite reach expansion, but it had more than just 2, prints on the upside. So this one actually spiking up. It's exciting, but people are still standoffish and scared, so we're not seeing the results from this yet. Not to mention all of the robotics and AI uncertainty in the jobs market and stuff like that. Did you see that they just revised jobs market numbers again?
That's how they do it. They always revise them.
They revised it down for 2025 by 1 million jobs.
Oof.
Yeah, and the Federal Reserve is basing all of their information off of this jobs data that's now
invalid.
Completely different. It's completely different data now. So everything that they did in 2025 is just wrong. That's crazy, dude. It's insane.
Man, dude, I know. You think being paid that much that they'd have common sense to be like, well, we revise this mostly every other month. So what's the odds of us not having accurate data?
Ridiculous. And then they're like, oh, the government shut down for 1 day, so we're not going to be able to release any of the data for last month.
Dude, we were trying to get our EIN number.
Mm-hmm.
It was so hard, dude. I've gotten EIN numbers before. It takes like a day.
I thought it was
like, it's free, and it usually goes really quick, but we couldn't get it. We tried to call them. We tried to call the IRS. Couldn't get a hold of anybody. We finally got a hold of somebody. They were like, no, we can't help you, but you got to fax it. So we faxed it. We wait, and they're like, it's be 4 days.
You got to
wait there, and it's all of a sudden like
fax is crazy in 2026.
Dude, right? We're like, okay, it should be here now. And then all of a sudden the government shuts down. I'm like, what? You serious? And then we wait, and all of a sudden,
damn.
Yesterday, we randomly just get an email with our EIN number. Like, what? There was no fax confirmation. Like, you thought they were supposed to fax it back to us. That never happened. And all of a sudden, we get this random email. They're like, nope, we don't care. We got it. It took 3 months to get it. Wow. Don't know why it took so long, but we have it now. So I'm like, thank goodness.
Yeah, dude, it blows my mind. Yeah. I don't know why all of this stuff isn't just like interconnected. Like, I shouldn't have to do my taxes. They should just know.
They should just know, dude. We have the no tax overtime.
I like my memes are the memes of the IRS are my favorite. They're like, you have to tell us how much you made. And they're like, don't you know that? And they're like, yeah. And if you tell us the wrong number, you're gonna go to jail. And they're like, well, why don't you just tell me? They're like, well, you have to guess. And he's like, what if I guess wrong? Then you go to jail. It's so funny, dude.
So dumb, man. Well, did you do the no tax and overtime thing? Did you get that? And look at it. You're like, this doesn't make sense, dude.
Yeah, I didn't even bother with it.
Dude, I had so much overtime. I
don't think I got any last year.
I had over 45,000 in overtime.
Wow.
And I was like trying to look at the no tax on overtime thing. I was like, well, it should be 45,000, right? No, it shows up 17,000. I kept saying that, like, how does this make any sense? And I figured out that it's not no tax on overtime. It's no tax on if your time and a half, right, is overtime. It's only no tax on that half.
Okay,
portion.
so you make like 100K, they would give you no tax on $33,000 of it.
Yes,
like 30% of it.
Yes,
that's crazy.
And I was like, that is so like that's a little sneaky. I'm not gonna lie, like
that's very sneaky.
That's not no tax on overtime. There's no tax.
Dude, I was so stoked. I was like, I don't have to pay taxes on my YouTube revenue because it's all super chats and that's tips. And I looked it up and they're like, nope, that's still considered income. I was like, screw you guys.
Really? That's fascinating.
Yep. I was so pissed. Maybe it might be different on Twitch, but I don't think so. I think that in order for it to be considered a tip, you have to have like a regular hourly wage to begin with. It's so weird, dude. There's so many hoops and semantics.
You should like what Crypto Life do. He calls it his tip jar. That's what you gotta do. Just rename it as tip jar so you can get away with it.
Well, I think that Google would still tell the IRS
differently.
Yeah.
I was like, that is so sneaky, man. And then my work, they're so wonky. We went to this new payroll thing, and it's so hard to tell. So when we get time and a half, it used to be called double time. Well, now they call it regular time, and then you call it, and then it's called like half time times 2 or something like that. And it's so hard to understand. And when you go into overtime, it goes into regular time and then halftime. So you're like trying to math out your overtime. You like look at it, you're like, dude, this doesn't make any sense to me. It's so hard to. I have to like run each paycheck through Grok to tell me what my actual wage is if everything matches up. I'm like, I can't figure it out.
All right.
And if you go to management, they can't figure it out either. I'm like, the only reason why they did this is because they could short you. And you'll never be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
And like,
if they have 1 million employees and they short everybody $1, it's $1 million a month. Or a week or a day or whatever. And who's going to be like, well, there's $1 missing from, who gives a shit?
Yeah. Did you see the thing about Home Depot when they got rid of the penny and they were rounding down? And he's like, no, you guys round up.
That old man, he was like, this is my money. Yes, absolutely.
My money, man.
Absolutely.
I totally agree with that. That's not my problem. You don't have pennies. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's all real currency. You can't be rounding down. I agree, man, with that 100%. And it's getting to a strange time, but I was gonna thank everybody for coming on in. If you can sign us off, that's cool.
I mean, go subscribe to Blockchain Brew if you have not, and subscribe to JJ's Crypto Corner.
Exactly, guys. Hey, I just want to say thanks, Daniel Kaufman, for showing up. I hope you like JJ's TA on Dash. He is bullish. It sounds like John316. Sounds like he's a sub of yours already. He says JJ is the man. Thank you for coming on in, John. D not you. You the man, dude. I hope you're enjoying your Texas weather. We have Vision Pulse Fat Boy, which happens to be Pepe. He just changed his name. We have Mr. Calvin in here. Shout out to Precious Metals, but imagine owning an asset for decades with little return. Yeah, and now we passed a state tax on precious metals. So thank you for Bob Ferguson for being our greatest governor in history. JJ, shout out to JJ for coming on in. We got Rathany Events coming on in, so shout out to Mr. Rathany. Francisco Santos, thank you for coming on in. Tell us about your old Shasta soda. And we got Hal also says, when Anthony Guthrie be found before Bitcoin hits 100K again? I hope so. I hope she's found relatively soon. That's a whole interesting case, isn't it, on its own? We got Flat Smack. Thank you for coming on in here, Flat Smack. Luna was fun to trade when it dumped. That was crazy, dude. I had lost money on that. I didn't know how to trade back then. I bought Luna when it was like $1. So I was like, dude, if it rebounds, this would be the best trade. I'll be looking like a genius.
Right. I think I put $20 into it when it was at a couple pennies. Thinking the same thing.
Yeah, it's all gone. Thank you, Sergio, for coming on in, and Alan Matthews for being somebody new who I haven't seen before coming on in here. And I think that's Amelia. Thank you, Amelia and Real Meta, for coming onto the channel, guys. It was a great day, great time hanging out with JJ. It's always fun when he stops in. Guys, go follow him. Go follow JJ's Crypto Corner. He's great. All right, stay blessed, be blessed. T Square, JJ, out. Deuces. Peace. Trent, hope you have a good on your anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Trent.